What's up, everybody? We're live. Jason, you're not on camera.
That's fine.
Oh, man. I wonder how the recording is of this.
Probably shitty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely shitty.
I mean, we look like shit, so
Yep. But hey, guys.
We're a little drunk.
it's okay.
It's been a good night.
We're full.
And look, man, we're going to quickly talk about the episodes 1 through 3 of Star Wars.
Absolutely. But from the perspective of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You need to scooch in a little bit.
Dave, I can't scooch in.
Dude, just sit in his lap.
No,
Oh, shit, dude. You got to roll over my fucking feetsies.
Okay, look, I'll scoot over a little bit.
My toesies, man.
Wait. Okay, anyway.
Anyway. Jesus Christ. This is gonna be...
I mean, look, here's the good news is this is the first time we've ever been live, just 3 guys in a mic, because last time we did a live show, it was with Adrian.
Correct.
And that was terrible.
That's not true.
Absolutely.
That it was with Adrian, or that was terrible?
Or both.
It was neither of those things. I mean, it was with
It
Adrian.
wasn't with Adrian.
It was with Adrian, but it wasn't terrible.
If you guys are wondering, this is what Dave looks like with like half a whiskey drink and 2 white Russian, 2 white Ukrainian.
It was not half of a whiskey drink.
What was it? 66%?
Yeah, I would say that at least.
And I thought
You drank the last gulp.
He had 3 white.
I mean, it was like it was still like a shot left in there.
Nah, that's bull.
Okay.
And that thing was pure death. You're over here trying to play it off.
It was good.
It was yummy.
I mean, look, man.
You didn't have it.
I was saying, he said it was yummy.
I mean, look, like whiskey is good.
All right. But hey, look, we're here to talk about Star Wars in preparation for Obi-Wan Kenobi. We're going to talk about the original, the prequel trilogy.
Yep.
So, you know, the worst set of movies. Lightweight. Man, it is what it is.
Who said that?
My wife.
Oh, I mean, very lightweight.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So do we want to get started, Josh? You want to do the intro?
I do. I have a delivery of some stuff coming up here in like 20 minutes, so I may have to walk away. But for now, we can get started.
And let me mute myself.
What are we calling this piece of shit? Classic movie review?
Classic movie review. I don't know.
Should I get closer to the mic?
Yeah, you should.
Oh, I don't want to get up.
I mean, can you not stand over me like this?
Where do you want me to go?
Where's my bubble?
This was poorly planned out by me. It's my fault.
Yeah, it's not so easy when you can't turn the cameras on.
I know, man. What I usually have is all my notes in front of the screen, so I can't see you guys.
Delivery of food, babe. Not a delivery of anything else.
Delivery of bitches.
That's not true. That's not true.
Totally not true. That's my wink. I don't know.
Better not rhyme with dripper.
No, it rhymes with s'more.
No, stop it. Stop. I'm never gonna get to go anywhere, guys. You're just gonna get me in trouble.
I feel like our neighbors are like, what the fuck is wrong with these shows?
By the way, we are live. Just do the thing.
Oh, shit. Dude, we're so professional.
I've run out of oxygen.
All right. You got this.
This is the worst podcast ever.
Oh, shit. This is going to be bad.
I'm going to have to edit this so much.
What are you going to edit?
It'll be out in 2 weeks.
What are you going to edit? This is gold.
Okay, hurry.
be here in 20 minutes. Here we go.
All right.
Come on, man. You had a window.
Okay.
Okay, you got it.
All right.
You got it.
Here we go. Pull it.
This is so difficult. This is so difficult.
Okay. Hello, and what?
Come on, man. You got this.
Dude, fuck you. You started laughing.
Your one watcher is waiting. Oh, my God. Okay, come on.
Who said that? Oh, his house.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Shut
Okay.
up. Shut up.
Got it.
Hello, and welcome to Three Guys and a Mic presents a classic movie review. Star Wars, Episode 1 through 3, from the perspective of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm your co-host, the human dart, along with...
Jason Tsunami.
David Disaster.
Oh, we did it. We made it.
That was as good as we're going to get.
That's the best we're going to do. Hey, we're here.
Hey, guys, we're here. We're live.
We're
hey,
pulling a
listen.
George Lucas. That was the second take. We're taking
Listen,
it.
a couple of things here. Number one, if you're watching on YouTube,
We're sorry.
yeah, we apologize for the quality of the video here. But hey, man, this is the first time it's only been three guys and a mic in one room together in like 170-something episodes we've done this.
Jesus.
So it's
That's pretty cool.
we're celebrating a couple of things. This guy's bachelor party
Yeah.
type of deal, and
And it's Dave's birthday tomorrow.
my birthday tomorrow. So the quality of the podcast is it's about on par with how it always is.
yeah.
So
Yeah. But hey, listen, we're a little drunk. We're a little full of food here, so if we seem a little crazy, a little more crazy than normal,
It's fine.
it is what it is. You're just gonna have to deal with that. So hey, listen, this is the continuation of Star Wars Month here on Three Guys and a Mic. If you're just now checking in with us here so far, you've already missed the bracket for Best Good Guy and the bracket for Best Bad Guy. And we also determined the best overall character in the Star Wars galaxy. Hashtag Leia, Princess Leia, Organa, Solo,
Yep.
Skywalker, something. Anyway, she beat Darth Vader's dumbass in the finals there. So we got Princess Leia as the number one Star Wars character of all time. So we're moving on here. We got Obi-Wan, the new show from Disney Plus coming out next week. So we thought, why don't we review the first 3 episodes of Star Wars here, and look, we'll do an abbreviated version of our normal review process. So we'll talk about a few things like favorite scenes, favorite characters, least favorite characters, and then we'll kind of talk about Obi-Wan's contributions to those movies in preparation for next week, where we're going to be talking about the first 2 episodes of the new Obi-Wan show.
Yep.
Correct.
So look, I'll just talk about the prequels from my perspective. So I saw A New Hope. That was the first Star Wars movie I'd ever seen. But I had not seen Empire or Return of the Jedi before I saw the prequels. So I saw A New Hope first, and then I saw... the prequel movies. So for a long time... Phantom Menace was like my favorite Star Wars movie, man. Fucking Jar Jar was
awful.
Dude, he was the star of the show.
Wow.
But Phantom Menace was like super fucking cool. Like, I don't want to steal too much thunder, but there were some scenes in there that I know Dave is not gonna like that I still like to this day. Like, after rewatching Phantom Menace recently and then rewatching at least the first half of it again here in the last couple of days, my arm is like slipping off. I really enjoyed it. So for me, I find more joy in the prequels than I do in the original trilogy. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, you're wrong, but
That's fair.
I'll say this, and I think we talked about it last week a little bit. it's interesting to meet people, say, like in the case of your wife, that hadn't watched them.
Yep.
And then watches them in chronological order to see how that experience is. So if you just watched Phantom Menace first before you saw some of the other movies, well, you saw A New Hope, I guess, the experience is going to be different for you. So
Yeah,
I
and
can't hold it
she-
against anybody.
And she definitely, like, for her least favorite of any of the movies was 4, 5, and 6.
Really?
Because it's the
yeah.
oldest one.
Yeah, because we were able to watch episode 1, 2, and 3 all in one sitting. So episode 1 on one night, 2 on one night, 3 on one night, and then episode 4 took us 4 nights. So we got about 20, 30 minutes into it. She just really wasn't feeling it. And so it was really me having to, like, kind of keep pushing her. And by the end of it, it wasn't that she didn't enjoy it. It's just that I think she was just struggling with some things I think we'll talk about, but like the quality of like the battle scenes,
Yeah.
right? Like,
'Cause
I mean,
you're talking
the lightsaber. I mean, particularly Obi-Wan versus Anakin in Episode 3. I mean, that's almost going to spawn a whole nother bracket for us possibly later down the line, because we're just talking about how good that particular sword fight is.
Yep.
And then you go to Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader in Episode 4, and it's like,
Swish, 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 dead.
yeah, dude, it's
Yeah.
like fucking Excalibur all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was only ever able to convince Sally to watch one of these movies. We saw Episode 3 in theaters with my brother and his wife, and I'm pretty sure she only went to see it because of Hayden Christensen. I'm fairly certain there's no other reason why she went to see that movie.
Which episode was it?
Episode 3.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said.
Yes. Revenge of the Sith.
I wasn't listening, Dave.
Well, that's fine. But no, that was... I don't think Sally has seen any other Star Wars movie in her life, and I'm not sure... I'm going to convince her one day. I mean, look, she let us name one of our kids after Luke. I'm fairly certain I should... that means that she's required to watch all of
So
the
she's
movies.
not seen any of the ones with Luke in it?
No.
Interesting.
No, not at all. I don't think she's seen any of the other Star Wars movies. And I don't even think she remembers Episode 3. That was like before we even had kids.
Probably
Interesting.
asleep.
Huh.
But, you know, rewatching these movies, I'm really nostalgic for Phantom Menace. I have very fond memories of seeing that as a young teen. I think it came out in 1999, so
Yeah.
I was a freshman in high school. But I will, and rewatching Episode 1 is still nostalgic, although that movie is, as we will talk about, it is gripping with problems.
Yeah, but when you saw it, when it came out, like, what was your...
I thought it was the greatest movie ever made.
Yeah.
100%.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I watched the Phantom Menace at Disney World. And you talk about like people cosplay, like it was a whole new level.
What a coincidence that you saw it at Disney World. Now
Yeah,
Disney
no.
owns it.
Yeah, it was weird.
But I will say, rewatching these movies, again, even though there's a lot of nostalgia there, God, these movies are not great. Specifically, some of the plot points, and dude, the Jedi are just so stupid in these movies. They're
think-
so dumb,
They're just incredibly...
incompetent.
Yeah, incredibly cocky.
Yeah, exactly. Full of themselves for sure.
I mean, Obi-Wan particularly. Whenever
Oh,
he's sent out to go go take care of General Grievous, he's like, okay, well, I guess the burden's on me to leave some droids behind for you guys to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Cody starts blasting off the fucking cliffside after Order 66.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, I would say these movies are
I think
good.
they're good movies.
They're good, but I will say, like, they don't exactly, like, with the exception of the the back half of Episode 3, they don't really do a lot for Obi-Wan's legacy. They don't really paint him as a super, super great Jedi, because actually most of the big fights, if you notice, he's taken out of commission.
Yeah, and Anakin is the one that ends up having to take charge. I mean, Anakin's the one that has to kill Dooku, and then fucking the Emperor is like, leave him.
Yeah,
And Anakin's like, I'm not gonna leave him, okay, bro.
yeah.
We're gonna take him with
I'm
us.
still
It's
a
gonna
good
be-
guy.
It's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see how they portray his character in the television show based on what we have going into that show is these 3 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right, well,
Jason, I'm sure
yeah.
you got some recap for us.
Oh, I absolutely do. I'm glad you guys.
So did you do an individual recap for each one?
Sure did.
Is that entire paragraph I see on your 1989 notebook there? Is that all the recap for the first movie?
Correct.
Okay.
Strap in, folks. This is going to be as long as episode 1, 2.5 hours. Let's go.
It is not that long. First, okay, we see Obi-Wan in Phantom Menace.
Do you have your glasses?
No, I'm gonna try it without. I mean, can't hurt.
Fair enough.
All right.
All right.
He's currently a Jedi Knight, but still a Padawan to his master Qui-Gon Jinn.
I forgot that I'm not mute.
At least you didn't air mute. All right. Sent to settle a blockade by the Trade Federation at Naboo, which quickly turns into a war. And we also have the Jar Jar Alliance. There's a bit of irony here.
What's a Misa thinking?
Wow. There's a bit of irony in this situation when they actually make it back to Tatooine. Obi-Wan finds out that Qui-Gon Jinn has used their ship as collateral, and Obi-Wan says the line, "We could be stuck here for a very long time," which is true because he would be stuck there for a very long time. Obi from the jump wants to follow the Jedi code. When it comes to Annie, as far as Anakin Skywalker, saying he is too old, very much by the books, Jedi in training. By taking, in Qui-Gon Jinn's case, by taking on Anakin as a Padawan, Obi gets pushed up into the timeline to attempt the trials and become a Jedi Master. Huh?
What?
Anyway, on Naboo, he does get to see Qui-Gon Jinn get murdered by Darth Maul, but then he actually kills Maul, and he promises.
No, he doesn't.
Well, that is true. That is true. He slices him in half, and he falls down an air shaft. Those air shafts.
Somehow he reattaches his
Air
torso
shafts,
and
air shafts apparently are not deadly.
comes back.
He promises to train Anakin, and the council concedes, and the training of Vader begins.
Of Anakin.
Yeah, whatever.
Dun dun dun.
So, I mean, right off the bat, I agree with you. You know, Obi-Wan seems to be a very big stickler.
Absolutely.
I guess my question is, does this Obi-Wan, like, do you immediately correlate this Obi-Wan to the Obi-Wan we see from Episode 4?
It's hard to say because in Star Wars, the way the movies played out, the Obi-Wan you see in Episode 4 seems so much older than what really should be transpiring.
Yes.
So I don't think it's the same. It doesn't feel the same. It seems like the one in Episode 4 is a lot more like, can I just get off this fucking rock? Like,
Yeah.
it's just, this is where I live. Like, this is what I became.
I don't remember owning a droid.
Yeah.
But the Obi-Wan that we get from Episode 1, you know, I do like it. Although it really is the Qui-Gon show, in my opinion. Qui-Gon is the main. He's the main guy. He's, you know, it's mostly about him.
Yeah, he's the one driving the story, and he's leaving Obi-Wan to protect the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, there's large chunks without even Obi-Wan in the show. Is what I noticed on this particular watch.
Yeah, and doing some research just about Obi-Wan, you know, some of the stuff I was reading is that he and Qui-Gon really didn't have like a great relationship for a long time. Like there was even a point where like they thought they were going to separate, and that Obi-Wan was going to have to go find a new master.
Really?
Yeah. So, but a lot of his being a stickler, as you guys kind of talked about, comes from Qui-Gon, where Qui-Gon was very much like, he was very much about the history of the Jedi, and, you know, he spent a lot of time, like, in the library, looking at just old Jedi data and Jedi stories and things like that, and so he would have Obi-Wan do a lot of that work for him. He would have him go and do a lot of research for him, you know, for different missions and things like that they were going on. So I think a lot of that, you know, a lot of his stickler, maybe some of his old-fashionedness, I think came from his relationship with Qui-Gon over time.
No, I don't disagree.
So what was, I mean, just in Episode 1, starting off here, what was some favorite scenes that you guys have from the movie?
Pod race.
I agree. Now I know this chode right here.
Yeah.
I know he's not a big fan of the pod race, but dude,
the
I get
CGI,
super excited about that
the
every single
CGI
time.
still holds up compared to some of the CGI in the rest of the movie.
Sure.
The pace of it is fine. There's nothing that's so outlandish that just makes your eyes roll, and it's it's fun.
No, I will say the pod racing on a rewatch is good. I think part of that is the fact that we got a book of Boba Fett to thank for that, because their like speeder scene, their chase scene at the end of that show is terrible.
You didn't like those speeders?
No, it was awful. And no, my biggest problem is young Anakin. Anytime he talks really is a problem.
So,
are you an angel?
oh my god!
Like, dude.
Or whenever
That was solid gold, apparently.
whenever Guado is like, you better tell your friend that he's going to work for me soon,
Yeah.
and then Anakin's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
He goes, you got. He's like, you will take credits. No, I won't.
You will take credit.
We're gonna be up all night.
Why do you
The
keep waving
Mucinex.
your hand?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, George Lucas never met a second take he didn't love.
Oh, man.
But
But yeah, the pod race is good. I would go with the aggressive negotiations. Just the first scene in the movie where the Jedi land and they
the
park
negotiations are scored.
Yeah, and they park him in the little conference room, and then the droid goes in there. He's like, "Yeah, I believe they're 2 Jedi Knights," and he's like, "What?" and then they try to kill him, and then they end up murdering like all the fucking droids and everybody on the ship.
Yeah, this is so good.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that I remember immediately caught my attention as a young kid. Seeing this movie in theaters is the lightsaber battles.
Yeah.
And that's something that throughout the prequel trilogy, because we really don't even see this as much in the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, I mean, you still get good battles, but it's certainly more prominent in the first 3.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, dude, like this is like almost like a dance.
Well, it's heavily choreographed, and it's very much a visual stimulation.
Yeah.
As anything else, and then they set the whole thing to music. I mean, they went over the top.
I've brought this up before, but the Duel of the Fates, which is the song that starts playing near the end, where it's like all the different battles.
And it's really good in the last saber battle in episode 3.
Yeah, just the do.
We played that in high school band. We did a whole marching show with the music of John Williams.
Dude,
And
John
so it was
Williams
that,
is
it was
really
the theme from
MVP.
Hook.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
was, some other things, but it was good.
when the blast doors open, and it's Darth Maul standing there, and they're like, "We got this," and they throw off the cloaks.
No, dude, it's so good. Dude, the best like sequence of lightsaber battles or lightsaber dueling is when right after Qui-Gon is killed and the shield drops for Obi-Wan and he runs at Qui-Gon and they just go off.
Yeah.
Like that whole sequence, and inevitably he splits the dual saber.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, that was the last. That was my last scene that I had as well. Just the whole lightsaber battle with Qui-Gon and Darth Maul, and eventually Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. And
Now, on the rewatch, it sure does appear that about 5 seconds before Qui-Gon
Obi-Wan
eats
knew it.
Yeah, Obi-Wan knew it. Like he knew he was.
He could sense his death before it happened.
yeah,
And I don't know if that's because of the Force or because the way that the sequence of swordplay was going, like he saw it coming. But are you more disappointed with the way Qui-Gon died or the way Darth Maul dies?
Darth Maul.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Obi-Wan is like hanging there dead to rights. Like
Yeah.
just, like you said, Scott Evil.
Yeah.
I mean, just go get a gun.
Yeah,
I'll
just-
just shoot him.
Yeah, why are you
Like
doing
why are you sitting there just watching him?
Yeah,
just kill him.
Push him, force push him right
Yeah,
off
why
that
wouldn't he force push him off of there?
Well, I think it's because if you fall down an air shaft, you don't die. So he needed to.
What if you fall down an air shaft and you're cut in half?
still don't
He's
die.
still
You
alive.
still don't die.
If you're electrocuting the sky and somebody picks you up from behind
And throws
and
you.
throws you
And then
down
you
in-
explode.
and you explode,
You still don't
You
die.
still don't die.
Air shafts make you survive.
Correct.
That's
the
proven.
air shaft is what it is.
So wait, Mace Windu, he was also thrown, but it was out of a building.
And it
Yeah.
goes into the just air.
Yeah, it was
It
raining.
was not a shaft.
Yeah, Mace is dead.
No.
No,
We're never going to see Mace again.
but everyone. Actually, that's a good point. Everyone that has fallen has survived. Now we saw Luke fall also
Down
but,
an air shaft.
but we saw him survive.
Yeah.
We saw him because he was a good guy.
Yeah.
Mace
and
is
then,
alive.
and then we saw him just disappear
Yeah, we did.
after he projected himself as a hologram across the galaxy. Hey, that's a different movie. We're not talking
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
But
Do you guys have any other favorite scenes from episode 1?
Nah.
no, I think episode 1 is actually it's got a lot of like just political banter back and forth.
Yeah.
And a lot of, who's this? Oh, I know you.
Yeah, it's
It's character introductions.
I think on the rewatch something I noticed. Phantom Menace starts strong and ends strong, but that whole entire like middle hour of the movie is not good.
Now, they do introduce something that's interesting in the movie that I thought we should spend a little bit of time on, is midi-chlorians.
I think we should stop.
What? No, dude. I mean, midi-chlorians are important because
They never talk about them again.
it's an important rating system to discover the power of the Jedi. Like, I don't understand why we wouldn't want to talk about that.
Actually, George Lucas regrets ever bringing that up.
He tried to bring science into something that didn't need it.
I mean, Anakin's got a higher midi-chlorian count even than Master Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know,
All right, let's talk about favorite characters. What was your guys' favorite characters from the movie?
besides Jar Jar Binks,
Ugh.
Yes, besides Jar Jar. He's the obvious selection, so these are honorable mentions.
I wish I knew the quote exactly, but George Lucas is quoted. They're like watching like a pre-screen, like they're watching like a rough draft of the movie, and they're like, I think Jar Jar is the key to all of this.
Yeah, dude. He loves
He
Jar
was
Jar.
all in on Jar Jar.
He thought Jar Jar was going to be like the next big thing.
And something that's so funny, because of how big the backlash was, apparently there was so much bigger plans for Jar Jar, but in episodes 2 and 3, like, he's basically non-existent because of the fan backlash.
He becomes a
Absolutely pissing.
not a
like,
senator, but I guess a
Yeah,
representative or
rep.
some shit. And he's
instantly made the shows better.
basically non-existent. Look, for best character for me in the
Qui-Gon.
movie is Qui-Gon.
Yep.
For sure. I like the cut of his jib, man. Like, he's a little bit rebellious to the to the Jedi Council. Not enough to be like totally like against them, but enough to obviously prove that he's got his own
Oh no.
he's got his own thought. Who's that?
Tamara.
Oh yeah.
I sent the link to my wife, but I think she's asleep. So, or she's with another guy. I don't know. She's gonna be mad at me for that. But I like Qui-Gon. He's very much like, look, like this kid is the chosen one. We have to train him. We got to figure this out. So he was the real driving force that really kind of busted up the galaxy.
Now, Qui-Gon also was somewhat of an irresponsible adult because
Somewhat.
he just kind of drugged this kid.
Yeah,
He took a kid away from his mother,
Yep.
and then
He tried to get the mom.
okay, so he adopted a child.
Did he?
I mean, not really. He just brought the kid along.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took
He was like, we couldn't afford my mom. No.
Nope. But you're a Jedi. Can't you just forcibly?
Nope.
What if she just comes with me anyway?
Nope. That's not the way this works. That's basically what he said. That is basically what he said.
Like, that's an interesting question. Why couldn't? What would stop? Could
Why-
anyone even
But then
stop
then
them?
he'd have to kill Guado,
That's fine.
and then in turn he'd probably end up having to kill Jabba,
That's fine.
and then you wouldn't have the Jabba Princess
Palace,
Leia
yeah.
bikini scene.
I guess.
And then you get all those kids not wasting those tissue babies out there.
True. All right. So favorite character, Dave.
I mean,
Qui-Gon?
it's Qui-Gon. With an honorable mention to Darth Maul.
Yes.
I have to mention Darth Maul. The double-bladed lightsaber introduced in Episode 1
Oh, dude.
is next level. I didn't have one, but I know a bunch of kids had them. Like the toy of that, the Darth Maul double saber. They could have probably charged $100 for that thing and still would have sold out.
Oh, sure.
So I'm gonna go with Darth Maul. Very
Okay.
much like the Boba Fett. Short screen time, but absolutely maximized all of it. I enjoyed Darth Maul. I was extremely dejected to see he dies at the very end of the first episode. I was just like, what the fuck? So,
Yeah.
Darth Maul for me.
Well, look, it's a good thing they brought him back and they're going to reuse them for sure.
For sure. Absolutely.
I don't think so.
How many years has it been since Solo?
At least 3 or 4.
Yeah. What about least favorite characters?
It's Jar Jar Binks. Or actually, it's young Anakin.
It's one or the other.
I went with Jar Jar.
Yeah, it's absolutely Jar Jar.
Yeah. Just a Jar Jar sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Misa gonna die? Yeah, you are. And we're all happy to see it.
What's a Misa saying?
Yeah, he goes, no, I stay here. Yeah, he goes, what's a Misa saying?
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah. So from an Obi-Wan standpoint, I guess let's just talk about a little bit about Obi-Wan in this movie, because I mean we see him go from a Padawan learner to eventually becoming a Jedi Knight because he dispatches Darth Maul, and there's some interesting parts, as part of that. There's really nothing interesting about it at all, actually,
No.
is what I'm trying to say.
No.
It's pretty straightforward. This is, as we said, it's the Qui-Gon show,
Yes.
and there's definitely a little bit of Obi-Wan mixed in there.
And Obi-Wan is a stickler to the rules. He sides with the council on just about anything they say, even against Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one thing he does in favor of Qui-Gon is because he promised Qui-Gon he would train the kid. He takes Anakin on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with his own desire to take Anakin on. And I
And
wonder,
it shows.
I wonder if that plays into it.
Does Anakin sense that at any point? Like, that somebody's training me that doesn't really want to? Is that why Anakin goes crazy? Is it all Obi-Wan's fault?
Maybe.
Do we get any of that thought process in the show?
Do we think Obi-Wan is, like, regretful?
I would bet, if they write it well, I would bet that he probably does feel responsible.
Look, and here's it's a reoccurring theme, because the same thing happened with Yoda, and the same thing happened with Luke.
They took their ball and went home.
Yeah, they quit because they're a bunch of quitters.
Yeah.
They basically took their ball and
They all
hid
failed.
in a hole.
They all failed.
Yeah.
And they drank green milk.
Was it green or it was blue?
Whatever.
Do you think Luke ever just suckled directly from the teeth?
Yeah.
Nobody was looking.
He only did it out of respect for Rey.
Because Rey was there and he didn't want to look like a total fucking
He was like,
hog.
I guess I'll use this fucking jar this time.
Because I normally just breastfeed straight from the animal. Oh, God.
Oh, hey, when you're the most powerful
Jedi ever.
Yeah.
Oh, the only one.
Would he force suck the milk out of this thing?
And it would just float over to him. Hello?
Oh my God.
Okay, so you should use this time to discuss the next movie.
Okay. So, 10 years later. Obi-Wan is a established Jedi Master at this time, and Anakin has become a powerful apprentice. I mean, Padawan. Don't want to get confused here. Anakin is a difficult Padawan, and Obi at this time really just harps on certain things ad nauseum. Don't do this. Be mindful. Be patient. Trust the Force. I hate when you do that over and over again. He's a rules and a letter of the law kind of code guy. Pretty much being the absolute, probably opposite of the adventurous risk taker like Anakin. Another zinger from this episode of a line from Obi is when they go into the cantina.
Did we move on to episode 2?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay.
And he says, why do I think you're going to be the death of me? Because he was.
Yeah, it was, oh, Master, don't say that.
Yeah. You're like a father to me.
God,
Or brother, or whatever.
Just a terrible actor.
I know. Obi-Wan stumbles into the clone army being created on Kamino and basically fights a standstill with Jango. Then stumbles into the plot on Geonosis by Dooku. Geonosis. By
Idiot.
Dooku and his army. Then gets captured.
Like a bitch.
Yeah. And has Dooku go into the bad guy monologue telling Obi-Wan everything. Like Obi-Wan couldn't have gotten this type of information under interrogation.
Well, he was trying to get Obi-Wan to join the cause.
By telling him everything, including the fact that there's a Sith Lord behind it all.
Count Dooku.
He also loses a duel with Dooku, and then At the same time, Dooku also takes down Anakin and Obi-Wan at the same time.
Cuts off fucking Anakin's arm too.
Yeah,
Anakin.
yeah.
I mean, look. This is. Was that the end of your recap?
Yeah, that's it.
This is just a constant theme amongst the first 3 episodes. Is that all the Jedi are just overly confident.
Yeah.
Very cocky.
Yeah.
Especially Anakin, because I mean he's thinking Dooku's not going to be a problem.
Well, when you're told you're the chosen one, probably like 100
They
million
probably
times.
shouldn't have told him that.
Probably not.
Ever.
Ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look. This is. I think we talked about this the other day. This is certainly Attack of the Clones is one of the worst Star Wars movies.
It's my least favorite.
It is hands down of the actual like movies, including like the extras.
Rogue One.
Yeah, including
Solo
Rogue
and
One and
Solo.
Solo. It's my least favorite.
It is hands down the worst.
It's
Yeah.
the worst acted for
And
sure.
it's and as I was saying, it's not necessarily the story. Like I think going and seeing the Clone Army and Camino is really cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good moment.
On paper, this movie should have been good.
Yeah, the
Django
interaction
is
between
cool.
Obi-Wan and Django was really cool. But really, it's 100% Anakin.
Hayden Christensen and look, like Padme or Princess Amidala.
Fine ass Princess Amidala.
That's correct.
What's the actress's name?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman's a great
And it's
actress.
Queen Amidala, by the way. Let's give her a proper
My bad.
here.
Natalie Portman is a great actress. I'm pretty sure she's Academy Award nominated at least.
If not Black Swan. I think she won.
I think she won. She's a great actress. George Lucas does not know how to direct like romance.
No, wait, he doesn't know how to direct actors.
Yeah, at all.
Do we think George Lucas has a problem with sand? Is that like an extension of him? Like his issues
I
with sand,
wish-
and so he wrote that into the script?
Like I
Sand
said,
it gets into everything.
I think I said this in the chat. Like I wish he would have just been the producer of the films and not the director.
Yeah, I mean, I guess overall, I remember seeing episode 2 in theaters, and I do remember really thoroughly enjoying it. But the primary thing that I enjoyed, I just remember, and it was smartly done because they ended the movie with the Yoda with the lightsaber,
Yeah.
and that is pretty much the saving grace of the movie. At least it was for us watching
dude,
it.
that was that was super cool watching Yoda fucking square off against Dooku.
And did
Because if you remember, I mean, watching Yoda and Jedi, like he's
all the way
at the
up
end
to-
of his life.
All
Yeah.
the way up until that point, he's doing the gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the prequels are 100% like Yoda wins the prequels for me
Question:
because like he comes across the best out of everybody compared to how he comes across in the originals.
Did you all see this movie in theaters?
I did.
Yes.
Because I remember specifically, when Yoda comes into the room and everybody's like, what's going to happen? And then you realize that Yoda's about to have a lightsaber battle, and you would have thought that everybody in there was in the 5th grade.
Yeah.
To-
Yeah. Because it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't just that he was about to have a battle, but just immediately going into the battle, and he's fucking flipping and doing the whole thing.
Yeah,
and it was
people
like
were
it's totally
yeah.
unexpected.
It was like being at a sporting event.
Dude, whenever Count Dooku's like, clearly we are not going to solve this with our powers of the Force. Let's see if we can solve this with the powers of our lightsabers or whatever. And fucking, he whips his out, and then everybody, I remember the theater was like, no, oh, and then Yoda goes, and he doesn't just grab his lightsaber. He fucking
he
force
force
pulls
pulls
it
it,
to
yeah.
his hand. It's like literally a foot and a half away.
Work smarter, not harder.
And,
dude.
and then everybody was like, what the fuck is he gonna do? And he just fucking goes, yeet, and he just fucking...
Could you imagine the original fight be like the real Yoda be like,
Yeah. I think it's a good transition into favorite scenes because I guarantee that's a scene we all have to have.
What?
The Yoda... Yeah.
dude, it's definitely the everything here is so soft and smooth,
And he's touching her back.
and he's touching her skin and arm and stuff while he
And
looks
he
at her
just,
titties.
and then like there's a scene where I'm fairly certain George Lucas meant this to be like we were supposed to see them falling in love. You see him, you know the scene I'm talking about, where he's looking at her and he's like, and then she's just staring blankly at him, And then the music like comes in like it's supposed to mean something.
Yeah, like all of a sudden the light flickers in her brain. We're like,
that's the Force.
Yeah.
that was
her being
he,
controlled.
he totally
Also,
mind tricked
Shmi.
God, that's a terrible name.
Shmi.
Schmeagol.
Shmi totally is taken
almost as bad as she
is taken by the Tusken Raiders, and done with. We don't know.
That's one of your favorite scenes?
No, but whenever he kills all those people, and then my favorite scene is his confession to fucking Amidala, and he's like, "I killed them, I slaughtered them like animals,
The women,
not just the men, but the women and the children."
too.
And she's like, "That
I'm
shit's
gonna-
making me wet."
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna fuck this guy.
And she totally smashes him after that.
Yeah, dude, it's so
She
bad.
was into it.
Dude, that's
She was like, I can't believe you're that. Oh, you're that dangerous.
yeah.
I'm moist.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah. One of the other scenes I had was it was one of the intro scenes where Anakin is on protection detail, him and Obi-Wan, and those little slugs are sent into the room.
Oh, yeah.
And they sense it, they go and kill the slugs. And then fucking Obi-Wan, dude, just a straight up like G move, jumps through the window to
Yeah.
grab that fucking drone and is hanging onto the drone and flying.
He jumps through a hole that's about 2 inches.
Well,
in
to be
diameter.
fair, it's not like he went through the hole. I mean, he went through the whole fucking window.
No, it's just a hole.
No, he smashed the window.
Yes, Dave, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
But you know what the G move was? Also, Anakin jumps onto the bed and just goes jeep, jeep, and like dude, you could have sliced Amidala's head off.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he does that quite often. There's in the follow-up movie at the beginning where Palpatine is handcuffed, air quotes.
Oh yeah, dude. He
just
just
goes,
like wop,
zoom,
wop,
zoom,
and he
zoom.
comes around right behind him and fucking clips the little zip
I mean,
ties
he could have ended the entire franchise right there.
I wish he would have.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have gotten the sequels.
Yeah, but that whole scene all the way down to the shapeshifter, I thought that was
Dude, how ugly is that shapeshifter? I didn't remember that. You know, when I was a
man,
kid,
you would have smashed that shit.
when I was a kid,
Be like,
I
can you change
didn't
it to
understand.
something else?
When I was a kid seeing that movie, I didn't grasp that they said changeling. And I thought that the dart made that woman shrink up her skin. Like, legitimately. I was like, dude, why did that happen? I was like,
that dart's
that's
so powerful.
I was like, dude, that's the worst poison ever. Oh, yeah, somebody commented on something I said. And that threw off everything that I just thought about. But anyway, no, that dart, I thought that dart just sucked the life out of that woman. And so, yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, did you guys have any other favorite scenes?
Not very many. That movie sucks.
It's not a
great.
strong movie now.
You know what I used to think was a good scene, and it did not hold up, was the ending sequence with all the Jedi come out and Mace Windu calls the squad. That's actually not very good.
Where Mace like totally ends Django's.
In like half a second.
Yeah, I mean he's just like, oh hey, it's
He's
Django
like-
Fett.
He's like this. He's like boop boop.
He literally does the Jon Snow on him with the Battle of the Bastards. Like, so one guy's shooting, the other guy's just charging
just
him,
walking forward.
and as soon as he gets to him,
It's
the
over.
fight's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Django. Does that mean that that's how much better Mace is at lightsaber than Obi-Wan?
is at that point. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. There's
Inconsistencies.
I mean, and going back to the bracket that we did, doing some research on Mace, like Mace's claim to fame was his ability to use the lightsaber. So I think he was better. I mean, I would even say he's probably better than Yoda based off some of the stuff that I read in just lightsaber battles.
Well-
So I think it's fair to say that he was superior to Obi-Wan.
I always had the question until I think I have a more clear answer, because up until watching the next movie, the Revenge of the Sith, I always felt like Palpatine allowed Mace to win their battle so that he could squeeze Anakin into making the decision, and it's not 100%, but watching the fight back again, Mace actually beats him before Anakin even goes into the room.
Yeah.
But he knows, like,
But he might
He
know
can see the
he's
future.
Yeah, he might know he's right outside the door.
yeah.
I think Mace won that fight straight up. I think if Anakin had not shown up,
Well, I mean, Mace should just pull the trigger.
he tried to.
What's Mace waiting on? What do you mean he tried to? He had him. He already had him at Saber Point.
He had a monologue.
Yeah.
All right, so favorite characters?
Favorite characters. I think this is the first time Obi-Wan shows up really well.
Yeah.
In terms of a character, I'm gonna go with Obi-Wan here. Like, just seeing him jump through that window onto the little drone, but just also his interactions and him really kind of being more assertive with Anakin. I think this is a better movie for Obi-Wan than Episode 1.
I also go Obi-Wan with an honorable mention of Yoda.
I'm going to go with the fine-ass queen.
Nope.
Because the outfit she wears in this episode...
Dude, she would change outfits like...
just to walk across the screen.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And that's okay.
That's absolutely.
All right, least favorite
character. Oh, that's easy.
Anakin. By a mile.
Yeah, dude, it's awful.
I hate sand.
I hate sand. He also doesn't like the sand people.
Yeah.
Just murdered.
That would be a highlight if it wasn't for all the lowlights.
But I will say, the meme potential with him was great.
Oh, the one where they're on the grass, sitting in the grass. Yeah, I mean, there's a million of those.
Yeah, a couple things about Obi-Wan here in the movie. He receives the rank of High Jedi General during the Clone Wars. So he does get, I don't know if that's a promotion or just an assignment necessarily for him there. He continues to struggle with Anakin, listening to him. And it just appears that he's not very perceptive of Anakin and Queen Amidala here. Like, I don't know if it's like him choosing, like, if he trusts Anakin so much that he's like... Because, look, even going back and reading about Obi-Wan, like, Obi-Wan had a love interest that eventually she died. But, like, he wasn't going to let her derail him from being in the Jedi.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could say that about the entire Jedi Council. Like, how did they not know that he's banging the Queen?
Yeah.
When they come back from the mission and she's like hiding in the shadows. Like, how unperceptive are they in the Force that they can't?
So I don't know if Obi-Wan is just choosing to kind of turn a blind eye.
I feel like that is the case.
Well, because in Episode 3 here, we're about to find out, like, it seems like he discovers, based on her reaction to him trying to find him and trying to bait her into telling him he's on Mustafar, that he seems to realize it there in that moment.
I think he knew, but
he's got the realization there.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I think, well, we'll get to it when I get the recap.
Yeah.
All right.
Any other, Obi-Wan...
No.
movie or anything?
No, but I think... I do feel like Obi-Wan... There's already signs Anakin is showing of turning, in my opinion.
For sure.
And I feel like Obi-Wan really didn't pick up on those as much as he should have.
Yeah. Well, he was sharing a lot of that with Padme. You know, he's just a lot
Worry.
of... I feel like it's just a lot of adolescent whining.
Yeah.
To her about, he doesn't listen to me. He doesn't...
It's not fair.
Yeah.
God, I can't stand
I'm more powerful
this.
than he is.
He's jealous.
Yeah.
He's holding me back.
Oh, dude, it's so bad.
It is.
And I don't know if... Is it just... I mean... I think it's the easy thing is to blame him for it, but to your guys' point about George Lucas and not really having enough takes, I think they could have probably done a few more takes and maybe gotten a better... something that would have, put him in at least a little bit of a better light from an actor standpoint.
Yeah, take 50 would be better than take 2.
But shit.
I feel like we will find out with the Obi-Wan show because Hayden Christensen is supposed to be in
He's
it.
supposed to be in that, and he's in the Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, so I mean...
Question. Whose turn was done more successfully? Darth Vader or the Queen of Dragons? Daenerys Stormborn.
Damn.
I would say Anakin's only because it happened over the course of 3 movies.
Yeah.
And hers happened over the course of 1
yeah.
episode.
And you could see the whiny bratty.
Yeah, you saw it coming. Like they to the movie's credit, they did lay the groundwork.
He said the words he was supposed to say. The acting was just shit.
Yes.
Got it.
All right, Episode 3.
All right, here we go. Down the home stretch. Revenge has Obi leading a rescue attempt of Palpatine from Count Dooku and General Grievous, which leads to Obi being beat again by Dooku and then getting captured by droids again. At this time, Obi-Wan seems to have kind of lead into what you guys were just about to be talking about, become more laxed. He's not as uptight as he might have been earlier on. He's a little more risky. He trusts Anakin a bit more. We also get the sense that Obi, while concerned with Anakin, he has 100% faith in him to a fault. Obi is then sent on a mission to capture Grievous, which leads to one of Obi-Wan's highlight duels he actually wins, while simultaneously Anakin falls closer to the dark side with the one-on-one time he's spending with Palpatine. When Order 66 is given, Obi is blasted off the cliff wall and presumed dead, because who could possibly survive a 200 fall into water? Not a Jedi.
Well, because it was an air shaft, I can understand.
Yeah,
That's true. It was not an air shaft. Kind of like an air shaft, because it was a big giant rock cylinder.
But not quite.
But not quite.
Yeah.
The conclusion sees Obi-Wan use Padme by telling her everything she needs to know, then hiding in her ship knowing that she will lead him straight to Vader on Mustafar. The battle that unfolds truly is one of the great fights in movie history. By all rights, Vader should have won, but in a move of rage and arrogance,
Obi-Wan had the high ground.
while yielding the high ground, Vader overextends himself and is cleaved in half, and left to be set ablaze in the lava.
So why doesn't Obi-Wan just kill him right there?
Exactly.
He feels bad.
Yeah, so he just walks away while he's catching on fire.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Obi assures Padme, as she is now in labor, and also dies.
Do you think he's taken acting classes since then?
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Because he's not done any movies.
Oh my god. Anyway, Queen Amidala dies. As for
What?
scene,
Spoilers.
yeah,
She dies?
during childbirth. Obi
I guess
sends.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, Obi
I must have
sends.
turned it off 5 minutes early.
It was a double suicide. Obi sends Leia with Senator Organa, and takes
Padme's choice.
and takes Luke to Vader's
Well, they chose
stepbrother.
Because they just dumped Luke off to sand.
They took him like where would you take? Who would you give him to? But Darth Vader's actual stepbrother on Tatooine, where he will be raised and watched over by Obi from afar until the time is right.
Yeah.
And that leads us right into Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So I would say,
I think this is the best Star Wars movie for me.
the best Star Wars movie
Yeah.
ever.
For
Period?
me, yes.
Really?
Of the 9, I get more enjoyment out of this movie than any other one.
I'll say this:
I think it's the best prequel.
it is the best prequel,
Yeah.
and the rewatch this morning,
It holds up better.
it does hold up better.
Because while it's still a whiny Anakin, it's not quite as whiny. It's a darker film. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
Anakin's over here killing younglings, so
dude, that's
it's definitely a darker film.
You'll never see my true power. Whatever the fuck he says to him. Dude, some of the lines, though, are so bad. In my opinion, the Jedi are evil. It's like, dude, stop. And like, that whole monologue at the end is awful.
Do we think is his acting actually good? Like, does he just play the part of a petulant child like so good that we're just
kind of like a really bad heel.
that it's just like it's so realistic?
Look, there are times, like there are. I'm not trying to do. There's cinematography in this.
Yeah. Oh, Dave's favorite.
Certain scenes where he actually doesn't say anything, but he gives you the evil eye thing, where he like tilts his head down
When
and
he's got the Sith eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Looks fantastic. He looks the part.
I think some of it is the dialogue is
But
bad.
yeah, but then he starts talking and it's just like
Yeah.
He's just not. You know what it is?
it is absolutely George Lucas, because if I had to pick any movie in which I didn't think that Samuel L. Jackson was good, like he is not a great actor in these movies,
No, he's not.
and I can't think of
Is
another
he a great actor in any movie?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Which ones?
Pulp Fiction.
Django Unchained.
No.
Any Quentin Tarantino movie he's been in.
Negative.
Yeah, he's an absolutely fantastic
Pulp
actor.
Fiction, yes. Django, no.
In the
Django,
crazy-
he's great.
Yeah,
He's
he
just
is.
an old butler.
He's awesome.
He's awesome.
I disagree. Unthinkable.
J-
What are you
Jackie
torturing
Brown.
guys?
Jackie Brown. He's excellent.
Jackie Brown is shit.
That's a movie.
I
terrible.
love that movie.
Jackie Brown is the fucking Attack of the Clones of Quentin Tarantino movies.
The Colognes.
The Cologne.
The Colognes. The Attack of the Clones.
Colognes.
That's right.
Is that like the Bollywood version of the movie or what?
That's right, dude. It's the Attack of the fucking Curved Cologne, bro. From the old high school days.
Oh God. Oh, we're focused.
Yeah. So what were some of our favorite scenes? I mean, obviously
The end scene.
the end scene on Mustafar with
Yeah,
the lightsaber
entire
battle.
the entire
I
fight.
mean, holy shit, dude.
I think the opening sequence is great. That is a common thing with the prequels. I think the opening is
Always good.
Always good.
Now, is Obi-Wan, I feel like I noticed this, but I didn't get like a full clarification on this. Is he the one that says they have a bad feeling about this in every movie of the first three? Because he definitely
no.
says it in the first and the third one.
No, because I think they take turns saying it.
So Anakin says it in the second one?
And this was, I was looking for it, but like in the first two movies, he had zingers that kind of give away the future. Yeah, no, I didn't pick up on anything in this third one.
Yeah, the intro to the movie is really good though. But that's what I was kind of texting you guys when I was like, okay, so Obi-Wan's flying this ship. He's got the little buzz droids on his ship, and I'm like, can he not just like force push these things like into space?
No, I don't think that's how it works.
So can you not force push through glass?
They've never done that.
Well, I know, but like, can you not?
You could absolutely can. You could crush them just like Skywalker crushes
The
droids in
the Dark
in
Troopers.
Mandalorian.
But does he do it through glass?
No,
So are we missing out on the fact of like, hey, if I want to beat
a Jedi.
a Jedi,
I just
should
wear
I
a
have like a
glass
glass
suit.
shield?
What if they just push the shield though?
But it's made out of glass.
Then they just saber you to death and call it a day.
What if it's saber-proof glass?
That doesn't exist.
How do you know?
We've seen them destroy glass with sabers.
I mean,
I don't know. I just understand why you couldn't have force push those things into space.
I agree.
Like,
The
like
movie
roll
has
down
to
the
have
window, hold your breath, and
Oh, that would work. Yeah, hold your breath,
they hold their
They
fucking
did.
breath whenever Grievous gets blown out of the ship.
Yeah.
which is not realistic.
They all hold
at
their
all.
breath.
I mean, fucking Princess Leia. She's thrown out into space, and all of a sudden she's like,
Yeah, she's
I'm gonna
frozen.
force pull myself.
She's
Like a mime.
She's Lady Vader. Okay, she's super powerful. she's just as strong as Luke. She just wasn't trained.
No, she was trained.
because Luke is shit.
Luke isn't
Luke-
shit.
Luke
Luke
trained her.
literally projected himself across the galaxy,
Cool. And he killed him.
but he also saved everybody.
Did he?
Yeah, he allowed them to escape.
Oh, cool.
And he had his little fucking dumb nephew like, kill that man, kill him, kill that man. And then
Snake Plissken did that in Escape from New York, bro. And he didn't kill himself doing it.
that movie sucks.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it
Have you
does.
seen Escape from New York?
I watch good movies.
Are you talking about the original?
The original.
No, the original Escape from LA, I think.
Yeah.
Escape from New York is the second one.
That's so bad.
No, it's not.
You know how I know it's bad? Rob Schneider's in that movie.
Stay on target.
Look,
Stay
Snake
on
Plissken would be
target.
better in Star Wars than fucking Anakin Skywalker. If we had Kurt Russell playing Anakin, tell me that wouldn't be better.
That'd be better.
That'd be so old. He's so old.
Just tell me it wouldn't be better.
It'd be worse.
And he could do it as Snake Plissken.
With the eye patch.
Come on, bro.
He'd be like,
Oh,
What were some other favorite scenes in this movie?
The problem is that this is bookended.
very
by
heavily.
a very good first scene with the rescue, and the second scene. I do like.
I think the lightsaber battle between Yoda and Sidious is really good.
Is really good, and also the reveal of Palpatine telling Anakin that he can train him, he can show him the ways of the dark side.
Have you ever heard of Darth Pelagius the Wise?
Yeah.
Yeah. He figured out immortality or whatever the fuck.
Yep.
Um,
That was a good scene. I always like that scene when they're sitting there at the play or the opera or whatever they're at.
yeah.
And he's like, "Leave us."
Yeah,
And it's like it's so. Can we talk about? Okay, well we'll get there. Favorite characters.
I'm gonna go with Obi-Wan.
I would also go Obi-Wan here.
And look, not in the way of trying to stroke this because we are trying to be a little bit more Obi-Wan centric, but I do think Obi-Wan again has a very strong turn in this movie.
Yeah.
I think we do make fun of the high ground thing, and it is what it is, but I think his whole speech to Anakin, like, that felt like it came from the heart. Like, I think Ewan McGregor did a really good job of conveying, like, he was hurt.
Yeah, he didn't want to fight him.
He didn't want to. I mean, yeah, he said he's my brother.
Yeah, it was. The funny part is that Yoda's like, we need to do what needs to be done, and Obi-Wan's like, well, I'll take on the senator because I can't take on Anakin.
Palpatine.
Yoda's like, yeah, you're gonna die in like half a second to Palpatine. So
fight him. He's not.
Yeah. And then Yoda went and didn't win either.
Yeah.
So I do.
I'd say like, I'm sorry, sneakily, like one really fucking great scene is when Yoda walks into the room where Palpatine is, and he walks right by the two guards, and he's just like, "Wow!"
Yep.
Just fucking force pushes him against the wall.
Yeah, and he's
fucking
like,
boss move by Yoda there.
What does he say? He says, "I heard there's a new emperor," or something like that.
I heard a new apprentice you have.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Wait,
Tell me that's not a good Yoda.
Yeah, it's good.
Don't fucking no sell.
My issue with Yoda in this episode
is that he sucks.
No, he tells Obi-Wan, like, we need to stop Palpatine.
We have to stop him now
at all costs, unless that means I have to die.
Yeah, and then Yoda falls to the floor. And he's like,
out of here, I must go.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna need you guys to be right here at this specific time because I'm leaving.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Mace Windu had Palpatine dead to rights and Yoda couldn't.
I mean, okay, so again with the Jedi in this era, Mace shows up with three other Jedis.
Or 4.
Oh my god! Yeah, so it's funny. I was watching this with one of Amanda's brothers last night. He's like, dude, this guy just fucking like immediately dies.
Yeah.
And that dude is so bad. Like he just walks over there, and
like,
I mean, he's like, that's Palpatine. He's like, ah!
Dude, what's
and this dude just takes us just right to the chest.
So what's funny?
Fight.
What's funny, and I'm gonna tell the story fucked up, but the actor who plays Palpatine, he like really didn't do a good job of paying attention to like during his like sword play training. And so he was so bad, they had to like speed up.
So they used a body double as well.
But they also had also had to do some camera trickery and speed things up.
Yeah.
That's why it looks weird.
Yeah, whenever he's fighting, and like I said, it's just that, again, these Jedi are so terrible. That, like what you just said, like there's one, he's standing there
and he just goes eat.
Yeah, and we're talking about Palpatine who jumps from his desk across the room, lights up the lightsaber, and then goes
yeah.
And he just stands there and takes it right in the chest, while the next two that die are looking at him like, what the fuck is going on here?
That's crazy.
Well, I think only one of them actually pops the lightsaber before they eat it. And then, Mace beats him like in 20 seconds. Does that mean that those other three were just fucking terrible at lightsaber duel?
Those were supposed to be all knights.
Yeah, but I mean, they're just lower level knights.
They're the equivalent of, if you ever see like the Star Trek crew in, Red?
Yeah.
Yeah, beaming down to the planet side, they're all dead.
Yeah, they're dead. All the no-name ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about least favorite characters?
This one's a little more difficult.
I think there's an obvious choice. I think it's got to be Yoda. Yoda failed the Jedi in this movie.
Look, I'm not disagreeing with you because he is right there. Because look, again, Anakin in the acting, but there are scenes in which I think Anakin actually did well. Yeah. And I'm giving him credit for all of the lightsaber dueling at the end.
Yoda could have chosen to support Anakin at any time during this movie. He could have made him a fucking, a
council member.
Yeah, he could have made him a full-blown council member.
Or just talk to him.
Because, like, if this dude's the chosen one, like, why don't you cut him like a fucking, just an iota of slack?
Yes. Or just have a conversation with him.
Yeah. Hey, dude, listen. I'm going to be a little hard on you here. I know you're the chosen one, but I can't just let you skate by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he's just, like, outwardly just, like...
And then, like I said...
I don't think so.
He tells Obi-Wan, you need to go to Mustafar and kill Anakin.
Yeah.
I am going to go kill the senator. And then he doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Well, to be fair, Obi-Wan doesn't kill Anakin either.
Well, he thought he did.
Yeah.
At least he won his duel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your least favorite?
It's Yoda. He, like, you. How long did you have the Sith Lord under your fucking nose?
And you're the head of the council, so I mean, it's Yoda.
Yeah. How long did you have him under your nose and didn't you have a senator who's asking for more power.
And you give it to him.
And you give it to him.
You let him manipulate you.
Is it more power or is it
Absolute
unlimited power?
But that was the other thing. He did the same thing to Mace.
All the Jedi in this era suck.
Yeah, and he
Except for
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
make sure you tune in next week to our reviews of Obi-Wan episodes 1 and 2. He doesn't suck.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. God, I can't wait to watch that show.
But again, to your point, not only did that is that you did not, even though he said multiple times, like, there's fear in you, and there's this in you, and all this other stuff, he still didn't see Anakin's true turn because he was giving him more responsibility.
Yeah.
All the way up until the moment he turned.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that Obi-Wan picked up on the death of all the other Jedi, he could have never seen Order 66 coming either.
My least favorite, I changed it to the younglings. They could have stopped it all.
I mean, you would think at
They
least
barely
10 of
put
those
up a
younglings
fight.
could have taken
Look,
Anakin.
if they all had lightsabers and charged
Some
him at
of
the
them
same
did.
time.
That last youngling that came out and took care of some of the stormtroopers at the end,
Yeah.
if they had more of him.
So that leads me to a bit of an issue I had. So the troops are there. There's a handful of them.
Yeah.
And this one Padawan comes out there and they mow his ass down after he kills about 4 or 5. But it's Senator Organa
yeah.
witnesses this, gets in his ship and flies off because they start shooting at him and they're like, let him go. Who immediately then comes back to be on the council for the vote.
Yeah.
And it's like, just water under the bridge. I guess that didn't really happen.
Well, I mean, look, he's a senator. You can't just you could kill him if he's there trying to break into the facility, but you can't just kill him as a member of the Senate.
I guess.
So just from an Obi-Wan specific standpoint, I think there's a ton of good Obi-Wan stuff in this episode.
Yep.
Particularly, I think we really get to see a lot of the real power of Obi-Wan. I mean, obviously against Anakin, it's clear at this point he's still a higher power rating than Anakin.
Yeah.
But also against Grievous.
Yep.
I think when you look at Grievous and he's got the 4 arms and he's doing the whole gimmick, right, and all that stuff, I think it's super easy to be like, holy shit,
this is Goro with lightsabers.
Yeah, because he does. You do get that moment where Grievous is spinning the 2 lightsabers on the top hands, and he's ready to fight with the 2 lower hands, and Obi-Wan takes a step back and he's like, okay, what are we doing here?
He's assessing the situation, and then he gives a little smirk, and he just starts systematically cutting his arms off.
Yeah.
And that was a super strong moment from Obi-Wan, and then he chases him down in that fucking super annoying, whatever that fucking animal was. Jesus Christ. That is almost more annoying than Jar Jar.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
But I will say that I think he gives one of the best lines when, once again, Grievous actually has him beat. I mean, he's on the ledge. He's down. He's been disarmed, and he force pulls the blaster and shoots him in the chest. And he's like, so uncivilized.
Yeah.
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 But I think, I think this was just this is the peak of Obi-Wan's powers. I think when we see Luke show up in Mando, that's the peak of Luke's powers.
Yeah.
When we see Darth Vader show up in Rogue One, that's probably a good representation of the peak of his powers. This is the peak of Obi-Wan's powers. I think pretty easily, I would say, dismantling Grievous. I don't think, even though he was getting kind of thrown around a little bit, I really don't feel like at any point that he was outmatched.
He didn't have an issue until he got disarmed, and he kept fighting Grievous as if he was a human. Like, he kicks him the one time, and he hurts himself.
Yeah.
So
and then again, the lightsaber battle with Anakin.
That's such a good fight.
It is.
It really is.
And it's just so much emotion behind it.
Yeah.
I think, like I said,
the one part of that fight that makes it that it's always cringe a little bit for me is where, you'll know it's very zoomed in and their lights are going around their faces. That part's a little bit. This is a little bit much, but everything else is great.
So I guess going back and getting a chance, I don't know, rewatching these 3 movies, does that really kind of get you guys excited? Plus the trailer for Obi-Wan.
There are concerns, and I think I said this from the beginning. I wasn't exactly looking forward to Obi-Wan the show. I didn't need it like I needed a solo movie. I didn't need that either. But the trailers.
But you needed the book of Boba Fett though.
No, I didn't need that either.
Oh, okay.
Mando, absolutely.
The book of Back to Fett.
Yeah.
Now the most recent trailer of Obi-Wan has completely sold it on me.
Now, and like I said, I agree 100%. I do have issues, concerns, I guess, with continuity. How do they portray this Obi-Wan? How involved is Uncle Owen? Because in the movies, like, Uncle Owen doesn't really.
Yeah, and to be fair, so in the original trilogy, right, Uncle Owen is portrayed by Joel Edgerton, who, like, at that time, I don't think he was. I don't know what kind of movies he'd been in, but since then, he's actually he's a pretty accomplished actor. So, and he's reprising his role here in the show. So I would venture to guess we're going to get probably a little bit more robust.
Well, the thing is,
performance by him.
The thing is that how involved are you as a water farmer? Because that's what he is.
Moisture farmer, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he is. That's what he was. I mean, his father was an evaporator farmer or whatever they called it. And that's what he was.
Yeah.
Like, if I see this guy doing some kind of crazy battling stuff, it's going to be like...
I don't think he is.
I hope not. I hope his is more like the moral compass side of, like, wanting to protect Luke Skywalker.
I mean, you see in the trailer a little bit where he has interactions with Obi-Wan a couple of times.
Yeah.
Where he's telling him basically, like, back up, leave us alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us do our thing.
Yeah. So, like I said, and then the other big thing is we do know Vader's going to be in the show.
Yeah.
I don't know how much. And the rumor has it that there is going to be a
Confrontation of some kind.
A second fight. The problem with that is that when you get to episode 4...
It's like this is the first time they fought
since Mustafar.
Yeah, so I wonder if, like, maybe it's not really a fight as much as it's some sort of maybe there's like something in between them or something like that, so they can't actually have. Maybe they have like a face-to-face interaction, but they can't really have a.
I told Dave how this works, and he thought it was the greatest thing ever, because in episode 4 he says, "The last time we met, I was but the learner, but now I'm the master." So when they fight this time, Obi-Wan's going to give him the line is like, "I see you're still a learner." Mm. And of course, Vader has to retort, "This time, you do not have the high ground."
Mm. Well, so most of these problems they can take care of with like 1 or 2 lines of dialogue. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Look, that could be an Al Pacino.
Is the
wolf level of prediction there,
Yeah,
so we'll see. Right now, I think Dave still wins the best prediction.
Yeah.
So I'm coming out hot and early on that one.
Yeah. Either way, I am super excited for it. What day does it drop? The Friday?
Yeah, the 27th.
Okay.
So do we think the show goes all the way up until the beginning of New Hope? Do we see him like does it take 18 years, or
No.
is this only just a
I
very
feel
small,
I feel like this is a small window of time in which the pursuit of Obi-Wan was still at its peak.
Yeah.
Now, but the thing is like...
Luke looks like he's probably, like 6 years old?
I think it's confirmed that he's like 11 or 12.
Oh, okay, so this is...
Yeah, this is going to be 10.
This is fairly close. This is closer to New Hope than it is to Revenge.
Yes, because
At
it's
that
only...
point, right?
Because I think Luke is supposed to only be 18 or something along
So
those lines at New Hope.
Essentially, it's 10 to 11 years past Revenge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way, I'm super excited for it, and
I think
this
has been a fun month. I think going back to just talking about Star Wars a little bit, right? I've always been more of a Trekkie, so this has been a fun journey for me, rewatching these Star Wars movies again, and I just kind of find myself getting deeper into the universe.
Yeah.
I will say one more thing that me and David talked about. I don't think this is going to be a show about them looking for Luke, because it doesn't exist really in Vader's mind, according to Vader in 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
I predict someone will find out
Yes.
who Luke is,
Yeah.
But
and Obi-Wan will have to kill that person.
Yeah.
he's going to have to kill every single person that knows. So there can't possibly be that many people that find out.
So there's going to be a lot of murder in this series.
Yeah.
He's going to have
That's
to
my
kill
kind of
everybody.
show.
I predict that either the last or second to last episode, one of the Sith, the Collectors or the Inquisitor, Grand Inquisitor, or somebody else will find out the existence of Luke Skywalker and who he is and what he is.
Yeah.
And before he can tell Vader, Obi-Wan steps in for one last hurrah
Yeah.
and takes him out.
Dirty, too.
Yeah, if anything, I mean, look at the trailers, any indication, I think it's going to be a super exciting show.
High quality,
Yeah.
big budget.
And it's got to be because I think that's the whole reason why McGregor got on board.
Yeah.
And it's 6
And he's
episodes.
a producer in this as well, so
Yeah,
like I don't think he's
six-
reprising a role. He doesn't really feel good about the content.
And it's only 6 episodes.
Only
right?
6,
Only
and they're supposed to be
6.
long.
So, well, hey, look, I think the exciting thing here is we're going to have, we've been talking about a lot of old Star Wars content that we've had for a number of years now. As we're finishing off Star Wars month here and getting into the final week, we're going to have some brand new content to talk about with some new Obi-Wan. So that's super exciting. I'm super ready for that. So hopefully you guys are have liked Star Wars month so far with us, and hopefully you stick with us through the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan next week.
Yep.
Should be a blast.
Yeah. In the meantime, live long and prosper.
Take it easy, everybody.
Later.
See you.